What's up, everyone? G Smith 624 here, back with some Fire Emblem 3 Houses. We are back after quite a long break, honestly. So let's just hop right into it, shall we?
Part 2. Azure Moon. Garland Moon. The Golden Deer's Plea. The Kingdom Army has reclaimed the Kingdom capital and plans to immediately begin restoring the country and its forces. But an unexpected request arrives from Claude, leader of the Leicester Alliance. Dimitri promptly responds to the request for aid, and he rushes to prepare the Kingdom's forces.
Well, let's do it then, shall we? We gotta go help Claude, the boy himself. Not the best boy, but he is still one of the boys. So we will help him. Because he's one of the boys that's not crazy. Unlike Edelgard, who's one of the boys who's gone crazy and needs to die. Because she's a crazy bitch. Even though she almost won popularity poll and Fire Emblem Heroes like a week ago, and I was blown away.
We have received a request for aid from the Alliance. They are being invaded by the Empire. We have only just taken back Ferdiad, and yet I am already asking all of you to move out once more. Please accept my apologies for that.
That's no problem at all. More importantly, how is the Alliance faring?
House Regan has rallied the Alliance Lords. They are facing the enemy with all the strength they can muster. But we do not know how far that will get them. It seems the enemy's relentless attacks have forced them into a tough situation. Their defeat at Gronder severely weakened the Alliance. I imagine the Empire now intends to destroy them before they can recover.
To think they'd watch us chase their soldiers out of the Kingdom capital, then immediately go invade the Alliance. Their general is Lord Volkard von Arundel. He serves as regent to the Emperor. He has presumably taken command after the Emperor was wounded in Gronder.
He is known for his shrewdness and excels not only in domestic affairs, but tactics as well. He is not an opponent we should take lightly. Lord Arundel.
Are you concerned?
I always suspected that Lord Arundel was behind the tragedy 9 years ago. The timing of his departure from the kingdom, the fact that he abruptly stopped making donations. Too many factors made him suspect. If Lord Arundel conspired with Cornelia, then what Kronya and the others said 5 years ago? Well, never mind that for now. The Alliance needs our help.
What are you doing?
What are your thoughts?
If we turn our back on the Alliance and then Deirdre falls, it will undoubtedly make our situation difficult further down the road. We would have enemies in two directions, in the Alliance to the northeast, and in the Empire to the south.
That is true. In that scenario, we would not be able to safely march our soldiers to Enbar.
I am terribly worried about Lady Rhea, but I believe we must save the Alliance first. Oh, maybe if we do this, the Alliance will help us out in return. We could ask them to help us attack the Empire. You know, a sneak attack or something.
Annie, when did you become so devious?
What would your mother think?
What? It wasn't that devious.
What do you think, Professor?
I mean, it sounds good to me, honestly. Let's march.
Yes, I agree. I will admit that there is something to be gained for us as well, for when we eventually march south. But far more importantly, they need us. We cannot turn our backs on them. We will arrange to head out at once. Prepare yourselves, everyone.
Let's fucking do it. We also have a new paralog up. Sylvain's birthday. We'll host a tea party for him. You can have some ginger tea.
Sorry for the wait, Professor. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's been poisoned.
Aroma.
Let's see. Tell me about yourself. Dining partners. Of course.
Yeah.
Books, view of the bridge, view from the bridge.
You're always really stoic.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to that one. Sip tea.
I see.
That was the correct option, apparently. Okay. That makes sense. What up?
In a time like this, not a lot of people can keep their hands clean. Ah, delicious.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
I have a flower.
Thanks so much.
I have another flower. I have
Thanks
another
so-
flower.
Thank you for the treat, Professor. I'd like to do this again sometime.
Catch you around, flirtin' boy. Okay, cat. I see you over there. Playing with something you're not supposed to. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that. Alright, well, first week, obviously, always gonna be explore, but let's just see what that is. Oh, it's Dimitri's paralogue. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. We got time for that. We can do that next week. Okay. No sign of Sothis. So let's just go around talking with people. Who's in here? Ash.
The very same night we liberated the capital, a messenger arrived from Deirdre. Claude must have predicted that we'd retake it. Claude's
Definitely.
a hard person to read.
Yes. Yes, he
It's
is.
obvious not much escapes his eye, though. Kind of unsettling, honestly.
Yeah. Agreed.
Let's see. So war finally comes to the Alliance territories. I don't mean that there's never been fighting on Alliance soil, of course. There have been countless skirmishes between neighboring lords, as well as conflicts with Almyra. But this is an invasion by an army of the Empire. It's a whole different animal. I don't want to see my family get dragged into this. I hope we can drive back the Empire.
We'll keep them safe. Don't worry.
Right.
Don't worry, you nerdy man. You nerdy, nerdy man. Oh. Yep. Bernie, what are you doing?
Claude. Claude. Which one was he again? Oh, right. Yeah, of course I remember him. It's just, I can't picture his face. Don't remember what he looks like. I'm not sure if I ever knew.
What?
Whoa.
Good for you, little kid. Yes, I would like to do some gardening. Harvest! Now let's plant. Boom. Want those flowers perfect. Fishing tournament? Wait, someone on the docks though. Hey, Petra.
What is this? I am being told you can see the sea from Deirdre. Not just see, that it is right there in front of you. In Bridget, the sea has great closeness. I would be looking at it every day. But in Garrick Mach, we cannot look at the sea. So I am feeling drawn to Deirdre.
The ocean is beautiful.
I think the sea has much beauty, but can also be frightening.
Well, damn. Who's in here for food? Anyone? No one? Oh, nope, there's Shamir.
Claude, eh? He always was sharp among his peers. Never let himself get caught up in conventions. Oh, he wasn't typical in Fodlan.
I agree.
I'd like to save him if we can.
I also agree again.
I know. And I'm sure he's already calculated exactly when...
Key of the Saints. Why are there so many cats? Boom.
Looks good.
I like this dish.
That reminds me.
Now let's cook some food. Vegetable pasta salad. Fucking Ash and Shamir. I mean, Shamir!
This looks delicious. Let's eat.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
That reminds me.
Full menu. Pasta salad. Boom.
It's, really tasty. Yeah. Please, help yourself.
That reminds me.
Boom.
Delicious. After a scrumptious...
That looks... That reminds me.
Okay.
Claude, eh? Never let him...
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier. Do you know that saying? No? That's because I just made it up. If you're hungry, you're never going to be at full...
Well, she's cute.
Right. Deirdre, huh? I've always wanted to go there. In Fargus, most of the towns are pretty much glorified fortresses. So, to hear about a place called the... When the war's over, I hope I can...
I went to visit my adoptive father at his home in the capital. He used to grovel at Cornelia's feet when the city was under her control. But after it was liberated, he started courting the kingdom instead.
So he's a coward.
Absolutely. He's hopeless. I suppose when you're a merchant, that's all you know. No matter what becomes of the world, it'll always be plagued by people like him.
So let's kill him. This is the favorite time, boys. Everyone's favorite time.
Professor? Greetings, Professor.
There it is.
Nothing to report. Deirdre is known as the aquatic capital. It's a beautiful town with streets that seem to float on the water and an impressive harbor. In times of peace, it would be a wonderful place for a holiday. Anyway, best of luck in the next battle.
There it is. The boy himself.
There's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals. Welcome!
Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and clean shop.
Thanks.
over
Is
here.
that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. 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 Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. 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 Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one?
Those can be repaired.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. 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 Come back soon.
That reminds me, we took Ferdiad back, but I never found the time to go shopping there. When the war's over and the city is revitalized, I'd like to visit again.
That's fair,
Will
Hilda.
you come with me, Professor?
Sure.
Really? Oh, I'm so glad. Although, I suppose we have bigger things on our plate, like Claude. He's in big trouble. I bet my family is too. We have to help them, Professor. I know we can't lose with you on our side.
Bold assumption there, but all right.
Hello.
Professor?
We're gonna go help Claude? I haven't seen him in forever. Wonder how he's been. I chose this side because I believe in you, Professor. But it's not like I got anything against Claude.
Were you close?
Of course! Claude was the kind of person who would be instantly friends with anyone. I got no clue what'll happen to the Alliance. But I sure hope Claude doesn't die.
We'll make sure he doesn't die. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Let's see. It was over 20 years ago. There was an illness raging across Ferdiad. While people were dying left and right. It was Cornelia who saved the kingdom from that dreadful illness.
Cornelia was
No,
a doctor?
I hear she was originally an imperial scholar. She was in the kingdom by my father's invitation. People praised Cornelia as a saint for ending the epidemic. But there came a day when she completely changed. Her behavior, mannerisms, likes, dislikes, everything. Despite all that, Father still appointed her to a high post. After all, she had saved the kingdom from ruin.
So she got
by that
replaced by those who
disease.
slither in the dark.
But above all, my stepmother trusted her. That's why what that woman said is... Never mind.
Lord Rodrigue Fraldarius has passed on.
Yeah, that happened a while ago.
Margrave Gautier has assumed his position and is now gathering the lords of the Eastern Territories. House Gautier is equal in prestige to House Fraldarius, Sylvain is a Gautier. These lords are reorganizing the Fargus army and eradicating any remaining factions that claim allegiance to the Empire. Of course, His Highness is being kept apprised with regular reports, but it falls to me to monitor him and ensure he does not try to take on too much. I would ask you to do the same. If you take your eyes off that man, even for a moment, he is liable to do something rash.
Yeah, I mean, I already knew that, though, to do, but thanks. Thanks for the warning. Alright, who is over here?
What about Deirdre, the aquatic capital?
What up?
I've heard it's a magnificent city, you know? If we're going, I wish it wasn't to wage war. It'd be more fun to visit with a cute girl on my arm.
God damn it, Sylvain.
You're right. That's something to look forward to.
Really?
I think. I was getting excited for our big Empire showdown. I spent so much time mentally preparing. Then we shifted focus to Deirdre. I hadn't been expecting that. But, as a knight who's sworn to serve the goddess, I cannot turn a blind ear to those who seek my aid.
Fair enough.
We're still searching for Lady Rhea. No news on that, I'm afraid. Lord Arundel, the Emperor's uncle, is the regent of the Empire. If we crush them at Deirdre, maybe we'll capture him and wring some clues out of him.
Fair enough.
You know,
Give it a second. Give it a second. Give it a second. There it goes.
please? Hi there!
So, listen. I heard that Deirdre is under attack. I hope Judith is all right. She may be the hero of Daphne, but I wish there was something more.
We'll save her. Don't worry.
Incredible.
Dimitri is going to Claude's aid. How great is that? It's like we've gone back to how things were 5 years ago. It's so nice. Just imagine if 80 was there too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill her.
I suppose you can't ever really go back to the way things were in the past.
Although that reminds me, while I'm over here, let me upgrade this shit a little bit so I can murder better.
Need something? See
Never
you again
mind.
soon.
Have a nice day.
So, listen.
Garrick Monk is surrounded by the abundance of nature, but securing provisions during times of warring can still be difficult. It's difficult for my land of home. It's quite different from Brigid. Nope. Nope. Gotta get them closer. I want that support.
It is not guaranteed to be good, even if everyone sings earnestly. It is not easy after all.
I can't sing very loud.
Nice. Boom. Fast travel.
What do you think? Guess this doesn't end with liberating the kingdom capital. Deirdre is next. That prince really works his people hard, doesn't he? Or should I be calling him a king now? Whatever the title is, he'll always be Dimitri to me.
I mean, that's fair.
Didn't they used to call Claude the Master Tactician? I want a nickname too.
Bruh.
Maybe I'll get one if I can rescue him at Deirdre. I'll come up with a plan that's even better than his and earn a nickname for sure.
Bro. You are a clown. Never change. Marianne.
I'm glad Dimitri and Claude don't have to fight one another.
I am the daughter of an Alliance Lord, though, so I suppose that goes without saying. Having to fight with your former classmates is just so terribly sad.
I mean, that's fair. Shamir? Hell yes.
It's been 10 years. Can I move on yet? Never mind. I know what you'd say.
Were you talking to someone?
In a sense. Someone who's long since passed. Another mercenary I fought alongside. They were killed 10 years ago when Dagda was in conflict with the Empire. It's all I can focus on lately.
Why do you think that is?
To be honest, I blame you.
What? What'd I do?
I'm just teasing. I know it's not your fault. You just remind me of him. You give off a similar air. It's uncanny. You even have the same inflection, which makes no sense because we only ever spoke Dagdan. I don't know what it is, but you feel the same to me. I guess you just remind me of the past.
I'm sorry.
Please, it's not your fault. It's my fault for getting caught up in memories. Still, you always remember your first love, right? That's enough of that. There are more relevant topics to discuss.
What will you do after the war?
Good question. The world is completely open to me. Your next move seems apparent. But who knows where I'll end up? No, I may have done enough traveling for one lifetime. I like the idea of having a permanent home. And after all my time here, I've grown quite fond of Fodlan.
Well, that's nice.
Professor.
Random person.
It'll take a little while yet for the capital, but it's not dead yet. Just you watch.
Random people.
What do you... The Alliance leader is too demanding, and the prince is too soft-hearted. Don't you think?
Do you want to
They
die?
spilled much of each other's blood at Gronder. I looked sorry. I shouldn't complain. Everyone seems on board with it, but I'd be lying.
Look, I understand that, but also, do you want to die?
Alliance and cross Fodlan's House Goneril's territory touches tasked with keep.
All right. Go up the stairs. Nope, I didn't pass the stairs. Up the stairs. Going up the stairs. Going downstairs. Going up the sideways stairs. Everyone get that joke? Cool. Oh my god, there's so many people.
What do you think? Remember the Death Knight who stabbed me 5 years ago? Of course you do. How could you forget? Well, it turns out he's a general in... But it looks like he's not at Deirdre. And he better run. One day I'm gonna find that...
Alright, Manuela. Remind me to stay away from you.
Speaking of the capital recaptured, I desire to call him Your Majesty rather than Your Highness. He would refuse my desire, rightfully pointing out that he has not as yet been crowned. However, the day this war is ended and the Church has placed the crown upon his head, then he will truly be our king, and I will call him Your Majesty at last.
Bruh.
I must go hear the reports from our spies. I shall tell you more when our information...
I thought there was a chance that Cornelia had captured Lady Rhea, but it seems that is not the case. Our next foe, Lord Arundel, was once... His contributions to the Church stopped quite abruptly sometimes.
You plan to aid Claude, do you not? Huh. I think that is absolutely marvelous. Being opposing forces at the Battle of Gronder was ill-fated. It hurt to side against him. I am happy that...
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go get some tea.
honored that you invited me. I am ever so grateful.
Offer some tea.
Have some, Professor. Right.
Books you've read.
Right.
Library.
Right. Right. Huh?
Fish in the sea.
I have a fear of sleeping. I worry that I will awake, and everyone I know and love will have vanished.
Sip tea. None of those were great options. Why would I laugh at
That
that?
tea was very delicious. Please take care, Professor.
Should I praise her fear? Like what? None of those were good options. Hold up. Cat? Better not be clawing the couch. You know better than to claw the couch. I'm not actually going to kill you. I like you too much. But that's a bad kitty.
Cornelia Arnhem. That's a familiar name,
What's with
yes.
bad camera?
She once studied in the Empire. My understanding is, shortly after I left the Empire, she did as well. Unlike myself, Cornelia traveled to the kingdom. Apparently, she halted a plague and was rewarded with a quite that such an outstanding researcher should...
I don't think it was actually her.
Even if we do enter Alliance territory, we're not... I suppose...
Alright,
I guess...
alright. Yep, alright. Lady Rhea, Lady Rhea, Lady Rhea, Lady Rhea.
It seems Dimitri has become downright charitable, but I believe he is operating under his... It may appear as if Claude is appealing to Dimitri for aid, but that is not what is happening here. Yes, a fine example of how snap decisions based... Claude has asked for reinforcements from here because he knows that I am here.
Oh, is
Simply
that
put,
it?
He is not throwing himself on Dimitri's mercy, he is throwing himself on mine. I suppose there is nothing else for it, is there? We cannot turn our backs on those in need. Let us grant him the aid he requires.
Cat, you can't jump onto my leg and then have your claws out. That was incredibly painful.
The pro-imperialist lords who have let the Empire in have their hands tied. Houses Ardelia and Gloucester are exposed and likely caught off guard. That must mean that Claude's allies are... Without a doubt, she is providing reinforcements. She has always supported Claude. Whatever the situation, Claude's military strength is lacking. And what's more, they suffered casualties at Gronder Field. I don't know how long the Alliance forces will be able to hold out against the Empire. We've got to move quickly, or we may...
Fair enough.
So House Regan has regained its influence in the Alliance, and is gathering forces. Claude always was somewhat inscrutable. It's strange somehow to hear talk of his brilliance.
Hello there. Using the Great Bridge of Murden as a base, we'll spread out and cover as much ground as possible in our search for Her Grace. Judging by the information we've gathered, the most suspicious location is definitely the Hrim territory, whose leader is a mere puppet, and the Ire territory, whose leader was deposed and disappeared. The Empire has a lot of places with suspicious happenings. It's certainly worth investigating, but it won't do to take too much time in relieving the Alliance army.
We are taking 1 month, people. Calm your dicks.
Really?
Have you considered traveling to the Empire, to the Kingdom, and then off to Alliance territory? Everyone certainly is busy. Perhaps it's not a bad thing now that I think about it.
All the
Peace
peace.
will be lovely. Peace will, one assumes, be considerably less perilous.
Felix up here chilling on the 3rd floor.
uncle gave me some of my father's belongings. Weapons, books. But there was something else that my old man really wanted to pass down. He wanted me to inherit his mission, ensuring that Dimitri ascends the throne. Or so I believe.
Well, damn.
I have been wondering something. If I had not been your student, where would I be right now? Who would I be?
You'd be dead.
Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor?
Like if I had led a different class?
So you do think about such questions. We cannot turn back time. So
You know too much. You have to die. Yes! A support!
Spared again.
So it would seem. I told you that you were extraordinarily lucky.
Sometimes I think that must be true. But why me? Is this the goddess's way of telling me to make something of myself? There are so many others who are much more deserving of life.
I often think the same of myself, especially after battles where many lives were lost. But I must go on living. I cannot give in to death so readily. It is my duty to atone for my sins and to pay for the lives I've taken. I suppose that must be why the goddess allows me to live on.
Is there a reason she allows me to live?
Only you can know that. But I believe there is a reason. Marianne, life is difficult.
It is a burden. It feels terrible to continue standing when so many others had to fall.
If that is so, then carry on as you are. There is no need for you to force yourself to smile as your soul bleeds. But please, whatever you do, do not give up on yourself or your precious life.
What do you mean?
If you were to die, I would be devastated.
You never have been easy to read.
Is that so?
Everyone says that I need to cheer up. But you may be the first person to tell me not to. Your life must also be difficult for you to understand my position.
So it is. I often feel I am not strong enough to live it.
I think our difficulties have brought us closer together.
Do you?
Absolutely. Please, Dimitri, promise you'll live through this war and long after. I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you.
As long as you are carrying on, I have yet another reason to carry on myself. I promise to the goddess of Fodlan that I will never give you cause to despair.
God damn it, they're too cute!
Why did this have to happen? Getting separated from my own troop. I'm a failure as a commander. It's already almost sunset. My wounds are aching, and I'm so hungry. Maybe I'm just gonna die right here. But no! That's such a pathetic way to die. I wonder if the rest of my soldiers are okay. I'm so worried about them.
Up and at 'em, Annette. There you go.
Caspar? What are you doing here? I was wounded in the forest, lost sight of my troop. I wandered around and Oh, where is everyone?
Calm down, you got nothing to worry about. They're fine. My men retrieved the rest of your unit. You're the one we've been worried about. How you feeling? Are you hurt? You've got a pretty painful-looking wound on your leg.
Oh, I'm alright. Though I might have trouble running.
If you say so. I gotta admit, I got the chills when I heard you were missing. Your soldiers told me what happened. I was only able to find you thanks to them. You've got a good troop there. You should be proud. What's wrong, Annette? Not feeling so good after all?
No, that's not it. I was just thinking about what a hopeless commander I am. It's my job to look after my soldiers, but they ended up having to look out for me. If I'm this hopeless, I shouldn't be out there at all.
What are you talking about? I don't know anyone around here who works harder than you. You put your all into your work and everyone knows it. Why do you think your soldiers are so loyal?
Caspar.
There's no way they'd do so much for you if they didn't see it in you. Come on, let's head back. I'll help you if you're having trouble walking. Your soldiers are worried about you. Go show them you're doing just fine.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Caspar.
No problem. Just remember that it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you're learning from them.
Yo, I just gotta say that is some of the cutest fucking shit I have ever seen in my goddamn life.
That settles that. Don't even think about brawling around here again.
Impressive, Caspar. Well done.
Hey, Ferdinand, did you see that fight?
I saw it from start to finish. Both parties were at fault, disturbing the peace. Then you stepped in and corrected their behavior. You are setting a good example. I am proud to call you my fellow noble.
Your fellow noble? I wasn't even thinking about nobility. That had nothing to do with it.
Excuse me, nothing?
Damn.
Resolving conflicts among common folk is a duty of the nobles. Is that not what you were doing?
I guess so. But it was more like instinct or something. I saw people acting out of line and I had to step in.
Ah, you were acting on impulse. You might be better served following moral convictions rather than instincts. Take me, for example. I always bear in mind that I am a noble and behave accordingly.
God damn
The
it,
fortunate
Ferdinand.
must help the unfortunate. That is my guiding principle.
I never have any idea what you're talking about. If someone's in trouble, you gotta help them out. Simple as that.
A difference of opinion, you might say. Very well then. Believe what you will. I will not expend energy trying to change your mind.
Maybe all of this noble stuff just isn't for me. Hey! Don't walk away when I'm talking to you!
Bruh. To the sauna. Fuck it, we'll go with a net. Stay a little longer. Boom. Annette feels refreshed. Well, don't worry, because we're going to go in again. This time with Shamir. Add water to the stones, keeps bad steam, warming up everyone in the room a lot. Grow warmer. Increase the steam. Increase the steam. Stay longer. Stay longer. Boom. Alright, now get some people some food. Cabbage and herring stew. Cat. You're an idiot. talking.
I'm glad you are here to distract me from how bad.
I'm happy to eat alone.
Fuck it.
I would be like...
This is my favorite.
Finish exploring. Instruct manually. Cat. What is your issue? Cat. What? What is wrong? You little weirdo.
No.
Perfect. Praise. Boom, there you go. Cat. Stop it.
This will... I've... Making...
This will be a skill.
I mean, you might be able to get this. No, you won't be able to get it. If I had put all of them into it, you would have gotten it. But that's fine. Let me see, Sylvain, we need to work on me armor.
I thought... Alright. Hey. Hey. I thought...
Mercedes. Net.
Yes. 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 Is this...
I think
I mean, it works. Fair enough. Yeah. Need you to work on authority. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You can do whatever, honestly. Yeah, that's right. Correct. Fuck it.
I have a question.
I sometimes find books written in languages that I've seen before. I'd love to read them, but I don't even know where to start. Do you have any ideas?
I
Piece
do
things
believe-
together using linguistic clues.
Professor.
No. Oh, it's a tea party.
Thanks for having me.
Have some tea.
Thanks a million. Delicious. Sold.
Soldlin's future.
Sold.
Tell me about yourself.
Sold.
You're doing great work.
There's a lot of competition between us merchants. So if you've got any ideas on how I can corner the market...
Not.
You like my duds? Well, they might look standard issue, but they've got... Oh, save the sales pitch for later?
Yes.
I'm not buying it. Thanks for treating me. Let's do this again, yeah?
Yeah, how about when you finally have an actual support? How about then?
Thank you.
Flowers. Sorry, Lorenz.
It'll be fun.
I'm glad for your help. Happy now?
Nice.
All that work was worth it.
I must always improve.
Let's put it to the test.
Alright, well, supports and all of that out of the way. That's probably where we'll call it. We're gonna battle. And we're gonna do the paralogue. We're gonna do Dimitri's paralogue. So see you next time, folks. Bye.